Alrighty, everybody. My camera decided not to work. Give me a second. Hold on. I've been having some camera issues today. Oh, all right. We're having multiple issues today. All right. I love it. All right. Yeah. Camera not doing what it needs to do. Give me 2 seconds so I can fix this. Oh, welcome into the Murky Cup. All that good stuff. There we go, that should fix it. That should be the fix. Let's go ahead and do that, and bop! There we go. That's how we fix things easily. Alright, everybody, welcome into the Murky Cup. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we have Storm League enjoyers. On the right, it's going to be Names Are Overrated. Let's scale out this left side. You know what? Screw it. SLE versus NAO. That's going to be way easier, and I don't have to scale it out. Boom. Done. Oh. Seriously so close to making a second Discord account so I'll be able to sit and watch movie parties when I'm in a call. Oh, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. You can just make it like Plur Ninja Movie. That's actually what my best friend did. He made a second Discord account that was like his name with movie, and quite literally he would use that to like stream movies for like, you know, in Discord and stuff like that, but then be able to still do other stuff in his main Discord. So anyways, how's it going, Hassler? How was Logan? Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely had a blast watching it yesterday. Very, very good. Very good. Definitely an S tier Marvel movie for me. Definitely in the S tier. There was so much cool stuff with it. Anyways, Murky Cup uses the standard tried and true Here's the Storm draft, but there are going to be bounties. The bounties don't really come into play until the semifinals or the playoffs. So since we're in the quarterfinals, we've got 2 best of 3s and 1 best of 5. So we'll be able to, at least that's what I think it is. I don't think we're going to delay out the semifinals to do them at the same time. But either way, we'll talk about bounties in the semifinal. Right now, single elimination, Murky Cup qualifier number 1. We do have a Lucio Blaze in the left-hand side band away. Dahaka and Hogger removed as well. First pick, Chromie for the side of Names Are Overrated, as they did win the coin flip, opting for first pick priority. Banning out Sky Temple and Alterac Pass. Tomb of Spider Queen and Towers of Doom were banned out by the side of Storm League enjoyers, who did grab the Sylvanas and Anduin. Looking at a Muradin Rhaegar here. Oh, Jesus. Hi, Cav.
My back.
How's the COVID?
My back.
How Logan felt after that movie. Well, after Elsa being under a pile of rocks. Yeah, I agree. Thank you very much for that redemption. Oh, that'd be really cool, Ninja. That'd be really cool. Genji removed as we get into our mid-ban phase. I feel like with the name of the tournament, Murky must be played or at least banned each game. I agree. I absolutely agree with that statement. On the bounty list, Murky does count for a triple bounty, but we'll talk about bounties when we get into our next best of 3. Bounties aren't really a thing in this first series, because, right, the rules state bounties can be obtained during all playoff matches. During the qualifiers, team can gather bounties starting with the semifinals, and this is quarterfinals currently. Or at least once a set. I agree. I agree. I absolutely agree with that statement. I'm right there with you. I'd love to see the little space Murlockerine. Savannah, Sanduin, Johanna, Rexar. Rexar for the solo lane. Okay, I like that quite a bit. Rexar's solo lane for Dragonshire is really good. We could see Flare as a vision utility, but it's probably going to be Swoop at level 1, realistically, for the extra clear onto wave and stuff like that. Right side, they're going to need a solo laner into the Rexar. They could go Kira. That's something that I've actually seen in the past as an answer into Rexar in the solo lane. I don't think that'll be the case. I think we're going to see something like Leoric. Something like Leoric to force the Misha back with the Drain. We got Falstad for some global mobility. So far, I like it from both sides. You know what? You know what they could do on the side of Storm League Enjoyers? They could actually Abathur right here. The works well with the Sylvanas and stuff. I don't think they will. I'd like to see some sort of burst mage with some CC, like a Kael'thas. Jaina wouldn't be bad for the slow. Gul'dan doesn't have the CC, but he's got some good poke. Oh, they're gonna go for another auto attacker. Okay. I agree, Kev. I agree. But how's the COVID? Or lack thereof, maybe? Not a bad draft from both sides. Not a bad draft whatsoever from both sides. Do like the Hanzo here. Poke potential is really good. Mobility is nice. I think Storm League Enjoyers could take this as a map number 1 victory, but it's a best of 3 series. Let's find out what's going to happen in the game. All right. Twitch predictions up and available. On the left-hand side, we have got Storm League Enjoyers. Lavko playing your Anduin. Alvarez on the Hanzo. Twice will be your Johanna. Ariana's on the Sylvanas. Rise to play your Rexar. And Misha, of course, played by Misha. Right side of the map of Dragonshire, we're going to be taking a peek at Names Are Overrated. Philadelphia on the Leoric, Mr. Tycho playing Falstad. Timidity will be your Chromie, the Dark Wolf playing Muradin, and Guilty Spark. Rhaegaring around, and of course Rhaegar. Twitch Gamble's up. It's good. I'm not really showing symptoms, so while I may have it, I'm not feeling it. Hey, that's the best. That's the, honestly, that's the jam right there. Hanzo checking some bushes with some storm bows, trying to get that stackage at level 1 on his target practice. Falstad auto attack at level 1. Deep breathing for the Chromie. Rhaegar Feral Heart. Leoric is going to go into the Consumed Vitality. So usually we see Ghastly Reach with that. Ominous Wraith Royal Focus paired well into that as well. Hanzo trying to get that stackage early on against the Muradin, who does go Dwarf Block at level 1. Sylvanas at level 1 is going to be Mighty the Banshee Queen, using that Haunting Wave just to get to safety and top. Though Dark Wolf is going to be rotating in aggressively, Misha finds a huge charge through a few enemies. Misha is definitely sacrificed, and first quarter kill goes over the side of Names Are Overrated as Johanna steps in. Muradin Dwarf tosses in, looking to pressure onto the Hanzo on the left-hand side of this. Natural agility into the Bruiser camp will allow him to get away. And no kill outside of the Misha death, as she has already respawned and is gathering experience in top lane. Yeah, when I had COVID, it was misery for like 2.5 days. But I'd rather have COVID than a spine injury again, that's for certain. COVID was just like, all right, I'm gonna drink some tea, drink some water, take a nap, throw a movie on like the TV, just kind of half pay attention to it, and just feel like the bottom of a barrel. Chromie in bottom lane. Hanzo stepping up to get more of that stackage. Chastise from Anduin. Chromie throws down some deep breathing. 1 auto attack! And first blood goes over the side of Storm League Enjoyers. Nice burst onto Chromie in bottom. As we have a competitive gamble for both sides, about 5k plus on for both teams. The Dark Wolf will take a little bit of damage here. Doesn't look like he's going to be picked off or anything like that. Leoric delaying out the Johanna in mid. You've had COVID 3 times now? Oh my god. I had it once and I was like, I'm good. Hey, forget what? What's up, bud? About to head to a meeting. Lurkers are OP. Thank you, forget what, for the lurk. I appreciate it, bud. Hopefully the meetings are eventful and not boring as heck. First 2 times were god-awful. Dude, the first time I had COVID, I mean, I was still streaming. But that's because I have, that's my work mentality. That's just honestly my work mentality is, gotta keep feeding the stream machine. But I remember even Tatsuki was like, you look like shit. Like, she DM'd me and she's like, you look horrible. I remember I went back like a week or two later and I went and looked at the VOD and I was like, yeah, it's very apparent. Painful? The meetings are painful? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe this one will have cookies. Top lane Ford is going to take some damage from Sylvanas or Rexxar pushing in. Muradin scouted out in the bush. Hanzo still trying to get more stackage. Look at that Hanzo build. Look at that. He's got everything set up for some flawless technique. I'm just saying. You don't need the piercing arrow. Time stop on Anduin. It's going to be the time troubles right there for the armor debuff. Ooh, good sandblast from Chromie. Timidity getting decent damage onto this Hanzo. He's just trying to wiggle around here. Top fort does go down. Looks like Leoric and Falstad are chasing in onto this top lane, but no kill should be found. In bottom lane, though, Guilty getting really low. Good scatter from Hanzo. Muradin gets into defensive position to eat any sort of arrows that may go Rhaegar's way. There won't be cookies, huh? Well, that's what I would always hope for, even though I knew there wouldn't be. But I was like, maybe, just maybe this one time. This one time I'll walk into the meeting and there will be snacks. There never was. Well, that's just the kind of blind optimism that I like to live with. 10 talent tiers are almost here. Let's go ahead and cycle through the other numbers. Get an idea of what all that looks like here as our Chromie continues to poke out in bottom lane. Sylvanas activating Black Arrows, locking down the 2 towers. Do I also cast NGS? Yes, I do. I typically don't do games live in NGS because NGS games are typically when I'm done streaming. I usually start at 9 a.m. and I end around 3, 4 o'clock. I'm trying to go longer with streams consistently, but we end around 3, 4 o'clock, somewhere in that ballpark. And usually NGS games start at around 5 o'clock my time. I have been thinking about like doing a stream, taking a break, and then doing like a night stream. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot. That is a lot. Maybe in the wintertime when there's like less to do and it's just a lot of kind of being in the house. Maybe we'll do some extra streams, but right now I usually just cast off our replays for NGS. Okay, 10 talent here on the left-hand side. Blessed Shield, Wailing Arrow, Boars to be unleashed by Rexxar, Dragon's Arrow Hanzo, and of course the Light Bomb for Anduin. On the opposing side, Temporal Loop, Ancestral Healing, Entomb, Avatar, and Gust for Falstad. They also cast games with everyone's favorite slug. If there is an Avatar game, I do try and grab them. I do look out for those fun matches. Entomb onto Johanna. Dragon's Arrow from Hanzo creates a bit of space. Good Condemn, but the Leap of Faith is a Chymo Cleanse as mid-air death happens to Johanna. Alright, so 15 stacks on our Hanzo, 19 to go for Chromie, so one more deep breathing stack. For Hanzo, if you're curious, because I am, of course, he needs to hit Falstad, Leoric, and Chromie once to finish out that level 1 to get the extra 100 damage. But he does have, the 30% range increase. Dragonite phase is ended, and our second one is up and available for contest here in about 20 seconds. Rhaegar jumps in with a bite. That's a good Blessed Shield into the Light Bomb. Wailing Arrow. Gust from Falstad to push away a few enemies. The Ancestral Healing will not connect in time. An Avatar for Muradin slowed down by the Boars from Rexxar as Storm League Enjoyers looking to take down bottom lane Ford after finding the double kill down here. Leoric is being chased by Misha, but it doesn't look like he'll be threatened. Skeletal King will not fall, at least for the time being. Chromie heading north as well. Looks like they want to delay things out for the subjective channeling. And Misha, yeah, she's going to be thrown onto the point. She should get the channel. Hanzo heading to mid. Does have extra wave clear with that level 4 explosive arrow. Body blocks are in play, and Rexxar Misha go down. But Dragonite still gets picked up by the side of Storm League Enjoyers. I thought just maybe that explosive, or the secret weapon range increase was going to be able to delay out the Dragonite, but not quick enough. And second in a row go over to the side of Storm League Enjoyers. As 13 Talontiers here for both sides. 3-2 in kills, and it's about a half a level lead on the left. Dark Wolf throws out a Thunderclap. The Gust from Falstad pushes the Anduin against the wall. There's an Entomb. Light Bomb is the answer. Falstad still raining in autos as he does go down. And he will be traded, though. Sylvanas finding the counter kill in this engagement. It's 1-for-1. Tons of damage onto Sylvanas. She's going to return a barrage of damage into the enemies with a Wailing Arrow as well. And Hanzo inside the Dragonite getting the double kill. Triple overall. Only one death on that Anduin. And the siege will continue through top lane, or mid lane fort. Murdered at bottom. Clears out the Bruiser camp that was grabbed a bit ago. The Dragonite phase ends. Our Sylvanas to Hearth out for full mana. And Siege camp will be summoned, or will be spawning here, so easily grabbed on the left. Muradin setting up an anchor on the left-hand side as well, just to make sure that there's no invade onto the camp that his allies were working on. Han's already scouting out that that's done and rotated off of. Misha with the charge. Decent poke damage onto Dark Wolf's health bar. Uh-oh, Falstad face checks the bush. Muradin Dwarf tosses in to help out. Gets hit with the Light Bomb, able to activate the Avatar within all of that. They do have a Wailing Arrow that was out from Sylvanas, who is getting a little bit low. The Drain Hope from Leorc is pretty good, but it won't be good enough to keep him alive. 8-3 in kills, and Storm League Enjoyers are starting to pull away and pull ahead in this map number 1. First best of 3 of the day. If you're wondering, Hanzo really quickly. Oh, do I not have the thing? There we go. Needs to hit Chromie one more time. One more Q onto Chromie, as the Piercing Arrow is accidentally taken at level 16 again. Not sure why you need that. I mean, they literally would have just won right here, right now if they had Flawless Technique. They would have just, boom, done. But you know what? Explosive Piercing Arrow was picked up. Double explosion on the wave. Extra wave clear that I guess is needed, and our third Dragonite phase is up and available.
Control the shrines and make use of it.
Scatters to poke out here. Camp on the left-hand side grabbed as well. Alright. It's not looking too bad. Bottom lane wave is pushed up near the keep front gate. No actual structure damage to be had, as we'll have these Bruiser camps traded, but of course faster to the side of Storm League Enjoyers as they were able to rotate into this easily. Misha's put onto the point in top lane, no one in bottom currently. Ooh, maybe we get a big old fight in top lane though. Johanna rotating up, Dark Wolf wasn't seen. He's going to be noticed right there, trying to back away. Condemn pulls him in, Dwarf Toss to disengage. Level 16 is going to be that Stone Form activation for our Muradin. Falstad holding level 16. Is he going to go into Crippling Hammer for the extra slow? No, he's going to look for the Afterburner, okay. Light Bomb into the Avatar for Muradin. On the north side of this top lane, Falstad has to gust away the enemies, but that Misha charges through and gets the kill with the help of Johanna. A Blessed Shield thrown out as well. Hanzo done with his level 1. Sorry, a little ban right there in Twitch chat. Okay, sorry. Need to ban the phrase best viewers on. But with the double kill had, another Dragonite, third one of the game to Storm League Enjoyers. And this is going straight into bottom lane. Sylvanas pushing up the wave, also has possession, stealing a couple minions on top of that. Black Arrow's activated. There's a Haunting Wave to go in as well. Keep locked down. Dragonite getting significant damage onto this. Kick away onto Muradin, forcing him near the top lane with Falstad. I'm here. You may start streaming. Awesome. This has just been a rerun until Kaimo got here. Now that Kaimo's here, we can start the real stream, everybody. What's up, bud? How goes your day? The new birds look adorable. Well, Dragonite phase, are just kind of waiting for this to end. I guess they could cancel it. Just waiting. Muradin's found the Hanzo, and he's able to natural agility away. Dark Wolf's still hanging around here. Divine Star over the wall. Chastise connecting as well. Muradin's still kind of threatening. How are you here? I already saw a Kaimo cleanse this game. There was a Kaimo cleanse this game. I think that was mid lane. The mid lane Kaimo cleanse on a Johanna. Scatter, piercing, get some extra bounces around in that corridor, and Siege Giants are handled and managed before they get any damage onto the structure here. So that health bar hasn't even popped up. 20 talents here on the left-hand side. Kill command for our Rexar. We'll actually be seeing Varian's Legacy. Basic attacks burn enemies for 191 damage over 3 seconds and then heal anyone for 50% of the damage dealt. Bullseye, Hanzo, Bolt of the Storm, Sylvanas, and Radiating Faith for our Johanna, so we extra bounces, increase the number of enemies hit by Bless Shield by 2. Stun duration is increased to 1.75 seconds, and all targets hit are stunned for the maximum duration. And the original is 2 nearby enemies. I guess it's actually, well, yeah, so it bounces to 2 nearby enemies, and it's a 1.5 second stun duration, so you're increasing it by 0.5 as the Dragon's Arrow comes through, the Light Bomb to follow up, with the timeout from Chromie creates enough space. The Temporal Loop onto Sylvanas will be mitigated by Will the Forsaken, but there's a stuck in the loop that'll be cleansed away by a Leap of Faith. Nicely done from Lavcall as Chromie is dumping in some sand. Misha almost having a beach day, and the core shielding is scratched, but the members of Storm League and Jarius cannot defend. Names are overrated with a pretty good defense. Auto attack, bird build, feels troll against Johanna. Let's see, Falstad, I'm trying to remember when he was picked in the draft. He was picked after the Johanna, so they did know ahead of time. I will say this, watching a lot of EU games, this is not very uncommon for EU players. Like, I don't think it's like, oh, there's a Johanna, I can't take auto attack build. That's like saying, like, oh man, we drafted a, we did a second pick Vala and they picked a third pick Johanna. We're gonna lose the Vala game. You're gonna have a bit of a struggle, but I mean, in EU, auto attack Falstad build is extremely common. I see it way more than Q build.
I tried to save this realm. Now it burns.
I mean, you can still go Q build. You can still absolutely go Q build. Falstad does have autos and stuff like that. The level 7 for Chromie with the Boomerang, minus 15 spell armor would be very good synergy. That's not an uncommon thing to do. You kind of have this hybrid auto attacker spell caster. Well, I guess you could say mage with Falstad. But also keep in mind, Falstad auto attack is a great way to deal with the Dragonite. Keep that in mind as well. Percent base damage, especially level 13, Tailwind auto attack speed. Hammer gains for some more sustainability. But during all of this, Sylvanas does go down, the Dragonite weakens the core, and Storm League Enjoyers are able to shove it right in through bottom lane and take map number 1 in this best of 3 series. I mean, Vala would go Q build. Do you know how many Valas I see that still go auto attack build, my friend? MOBAs are not a black and white thing. You cannot say, there's a Johanna and I have drafted a Tychus, I am getting no value this game. That's like saying, oh, the enemy drafted Tracer, we'll just draft a Johanna and the Tracer can't do anything. That's not the case. Now, will there be some mitigation? Sure. Does it mean you've counted them completely? No. Oh, I'm gonna have to go pick that up later. Welcome back, everybody, into the Murky Cup. We're here on Battlefield of Eternity, map number 2, in our first best of 3 of the day. On the left-hand side, it's Storm League enjoyers up in this series. On the right, it is going to be Names Are Overrated. Give me 2 seconds here to grab something I dropped. Okay. What's up, Mr. Bandit? Oh... Logan is a great movie, period, in my opinion. Doesn't even need the caveat that it's a superhero movie. I agree. Logan is so good as a standalone. Ashmantle, thank you for the redemption. If I forget, please remind me after this game. We'll do it then. No Meta Madness style of draft. There are bounties in this, but the bounties aren't available into the semifinals, and we are currently in the quarterfinals, so... yeah, there's no real bounties to talk about. We'll talk about those later as we have a few bands coming through. Blaze, Lucio, Brightwing. One of my neighbors owns a bagel shop. They will occasionally give out free bagels if they made too much. I'm usually too slow to get there since I live a street away. You gotta start trading for it like it's like Rocky Balboa. Like, you gotta start, like, training for the moment you get the text to start, like, jogging over there or something. I love bagels, though, man. I could... If it wasn't that unhealthy, I would definitely... I could eat a bagel for every meal. Alright. Hogger will be your first pick, though, on the left-hand side. Garrosh Blaze banned away on the right. There's an Uther Vala. See, you just take Johanna here and you deny the Vala value at all. No. Johanna could be a consideration. I do like Muradin quite a bit on this map, though. I very much like Muradin here. Sledgehammer level 4 is extremely strong. Gives you more race potential. You get cooldown reduction post level 10 as well. You get a secondary stun with Hogger. Shockwave at level 10, I assume. Could go Hortipult. Could actually look at Anduin with this as well. I was thinking, like, maybe you could go into Hortipult with Light Bomb, or even just Light Bomb on the Hogger with a Hog Wild, but it's going to be an Ana, so they're going to look into some sort of Nano Boost. I wouldn't be surprised if there is a target ban onto Li Ming. This is a fairly good map for her. Her race potential on the Immortals really good with the Magic Missile build. And Ana Nano Boosting a Li Ming, I mean, that's just a dream for Li Ming players. So I wouldn't mind seeing a Li Ming ban, but, of course, the one thing to mention is that Names Are Overrated will have first pick after this ban phase, so they could be leaning into that mage for their own draft, as the Grey Mane will be banned away, since the race potential is needed on the left-hand side. Storm League Enjoyers actually could be looking into a Cassia. Cassia gives you good race. You also get the Blind baseline, which is nice to have against the Vala for her sustained damage. Stukov remove, getting rid of the double support because they're anticipating this to be a Uther plus something. Hypercarry Vala is on the horizon, I do believe. Uther plus another healer, solo laner, and then maybe another bruiser, something like double bruisery, like Imperious for solo lane, Thrall as well in the 4-man, or even vice versa. Imperious in the 4-man's really good with stab build, but no one will ever recognize that because they go, oh, Imperious is a solo laner, I can only play him in the solo lane. So we got a Maiev coming in with the Yrel. So Yrel for the solo lane, Maiev for more control. I still think the last pick is going to be another healer. I wouldn't mind an Anduin. An Anduin pickup for Names Are Overrated with the Maiev. You have that mobility. Yrel also Avenging Wrath. 2 good targets for Light Bomb. What do we have, though, for Hogger, Ana, Muradin? I mentioned the Li Ming enough. You know my opinion on that. I'd like to see an auto attacker go in with it. Okay, Mephisto. And a Jimmy right-click. We have not seen Jimmy right-click. By the way, Jimmy, if the PTR patch goes live as it is, Execute Orders is getting some unique changes. Execute Orders will no longer target structures, and it only prioritizes heroes. And the Yamato Cannon also prioritizes heroes. Now, keep in mind, level 20 Yamato Cannon is dealing 1,700 some change damage. And you have the strafe and the sustain from the other bits as well. That is it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild if that goes through as it is created. Apparently the Muradin was a variant, but they still went through the entire draft, so we don't have to do that again. Okay. So it looks like the Muradin was a variant. That makes sense with the Mephisto, because like usually things like Mephisto, Jaina, you want a stationary target. Obviously Mephisto can still work with all of that, but yeah. Mephisto can still work with mobile targets, but yeah, we'll see. I'm not anticipating. I think our PTR patch will probably come out sometime later this month, maybe early next month. It's usually 5+ weeks for us to get our patches to come through from PTR, at least as of late. So we'll see what happens with that. Exclamation patch if you want to check it out. But let's go ahead and get into the loading screen, and I will start up a Twitch prediction. The music go? I don't think it did. I don't think it did. Yep, there we go. Alright. Twitch Gambles up. Left-hand side of the map is Storm League Enjoyers up in this best-of-3 series, looking to make their way to the semifinals up next. Ryan the Hogger will be seeing an Alvarez... Rainer, sorry. Varian played by Twice. Aryan will be on the Mephisto. And Loveko playing Ana. Right side of the map is going to be Names Are Overrated, looking to take us to a map number 3. Keep this series alive with their double support composition. Urel played by Philadelphia. Timidity on the Vala. Dark Wolf will be your Uther. We've got a Guilty Spark, Decker Kane, and Mr. Tycho on that Maiev. Contact Healing, Ana. We've got the... anger management, or no, sorry, that's level 20. On the Prowl, level 1 for Hogger. Rainer, of course, Exterminator. Makes sense with his race potential onto the Immortal. And Bind applied to Varian, but there'll be a Sleep Dart from Ana, so Mr. Tycho just kind of sat there holding on to Varian's hand. Speaking of Varian, he's going to go Lion's Maw, level 1. Nice's Memento. Silver Touch for the Uther. Urel in top lane, bopping some enemies around as Alvarez is going to poke at her a little bit with some sustained damage. Speaking of pokes, we've got Vala with her Q build, already on 2 stacks, able to vault away from Varian there. Decker Kane with the Sapphire level 1, increasing the slow on his Herodra Cube from 35% to 65% when applied. Umbral Bind onto Hogger, trying to pull him around. Decker Kane landing the Scrollless Ceiling. Hogger with the Staggering Globe against Urel, tanking a couple tower shots. And that's the end of that. The fun part about walking to Costco is crossing the 6-lane road where people do not look for pedestrians. Ooh, that is terrifying. That sounds like something in Southern California. Up here, it's just, it's people are so conscious and cautious of pedestrians just because we have so many. A lot of bikers, a lot of tourists, of course. A lot of people just walking from their hotel, motel to the grocery store and then walking back with a bags full of bags full of hands full of bags. There we go. You got honked up by a pickup truck even though you had the right of way. Maybe they thought you were cute. Maybe they wanted a slice of pizza from you. Maybe they just knew. Anyways, Twitch Gamble's going. If you'd like to make a Twitch prediction on who's going to win this map number 2 for Battlefield of Eternity. Couple auto attacks coming out from Uther. Mephisto jumping out. Good siege damage in the bottom lane that Mephisto's trying to clear away. Meanwhile, Hogger and Rainer in top lane will still hang out here. So this 2-3 split seems to be working out for the side of Storm League Enjoyers. Albeit they are losing some siege in bottom, but finding a bit of value in top. Umbral Bind onto the Rainer. Pulls him back. Spirit of Vengeance in. No sudden vengeance or anything like that. Pin down was picked up at level 4. I am cute, good point. Exactly. Whenever I'm walking around town and if I ever get honked at, I just assume that. I just assume that someone's trying to flirt with me. Hogger already used his Hog Wild in lane to clear out the minion wave. He's going to be pulled back by number bomb. The staggering blow is going to be stunned out by Uther, and he's going to go to the right, look for the Hog Wild. Absolutely bad bounce. When he made it here, I thought he was going to cancel, but I think he was like trying to. I think he was really trying to bank off the fact that he would bank in the right direction. Another. There you go. That's another English, another great English overlap in. I guess because that's not a homophone, right? That's a homonym. Same spelling, different meaning, or something like that. I forget. Oh, Raynor in bottom lane is absolutely denied. He's denied living. Vala on the right-hand side is going to be able to get some of this Immortal down, but the race still is pretty good for Storm League enjoyers, and they'll be able to summon first Immortal into the top lane as it's more defended. No believers in Storm League enjoyers this game? What happened? What happened, chat? Everyone got all excited for the first gamble, and then they were like, all right, I'm done. That's it. Oh. We'll see what happens at the end of this one. Jeff Bezos might be making $2,000. Immortal pushing in through top lane. Gonna get some value here onto the fort. Already taking down the entire gate. More auto attacks coming out. Yrel trying to get away. Varian just had taunt come off a cooldown. As the sleep dart goes out, Varian looks to step in again. There was a Biter Grenade applied to Yrel as well. Avenging Wrath in. Raynor gets picked off, and Ana finds the follow-up kill into Maiev. Slow from Decker Kane. Herodric Cube with the Sapphire applied. Vala damage is good. And it's 43 stacks for our Uther. 9 stacks for the Vala. No pin down, but that was amazingly done by the side of Names Are Overrated. I was having so much fun watching Marvel movies yesterday that when I was done with the movie night, I ended up putting Deadpool on my TV. I ended up rewatching Deadpool last night. Might as well if I end up going to the movie theater this weekend and seeing Deadpool and Wolverine. I am very curious, though. I'm wondering what they're gonna do because we watched Logan last night, so I have a lot of questions as to how things are gonna be done. But we'll see. We'll see. Immortal phase spawning here in a moment. I believe this is the second Immortal phase of the game. Once got catcalled from college from behind, I think the long shiny hair turned around as a giant beard on face. They went, ah! There was a dude who was doing cosplay at an event and asked these dudes to like take a photo of him, but they didn't realize that it was a dude doing the cosplay. So at the end, it's like the guy who was asking for the photo, he literally just goes, "Thanks, bro," and the dudes who were taking the photo were like, oh, like you could see like the genuine shock on their face, like, oh, like I thought you were a woman. Like, well done cosplay then, you know. Done Talenty here for both sides. Rain of Vengeance, Stay Well and Listen. We've got the Ardent Defender, Divine Shield, and a Containment Disc for Yrel on the opposing side. Hyperion. We'll have Mephisto going into Durance of Hate. 2-minute cooldown on that bad boy. Nano Boost as well as the Shockwave from Hogger. Immortal heading into top lane. This will be won over by the side of Names Are Overrated. Really good shielding still available. Maiev gets pinned down, done. All rewards from pinned down. You get the increased damage by 35%. Additional up to 50%. Nice. I think it's actually a 85% increase if I remember correct, right? Because they both add on top of each other. There's the Endurance of Hate from Mephisto. Excuse me, the Consumed Soul, my bad. Stay a while and listen. Containment Disc. We do have Vala Varian being traded here. Immortal's already cleared out as it got some damage onto the fort. Mephisto looking to dive forward with the Shade. Ana being threatened by Maev. Mr. Tycho unable to get any extra kills for his allies, but they trade. Hyperion summoned by Raynor. Yamato Cannon dealing 1,223 damage. Into structures there. Gonna get one more shot into the fort. Drop it down below 50%, around a third. Maev Spirit of Vengeance into the bush. Stun, Biter Grenade. Varian comes in with the charge. Urel. I thought I saw her go in with an Avenging Wrath, but I thought oh, maybe a Penetrating Round knocked her back. Raynor able to tap the well after getting out of this Containment Disc. Divine Shield onto the Ana. Or onto the, Maev as they were looking to chase down Ana. Urel a little bit low. Does have Ardent Defender. Won't activate it. And it does seem like that'll be the end of things in top lane because Hogger is slamming an Impaler camp onto the fort here. There's our objective phase. But wait a second. They're actually going back onto Ana here. Nano boost onto Mephisto just before she goes down. And Mephisto, he's not going to find a ton of value with this. But the value will actually be that we have Names Are Overrated. Ancient Blessings activated as the Containment Disc ends. Varian was the one inside. Twice tries to back away, but he is caught out and taken down. Urel in bottom lane somehow has managed to save this fort. It's on 254 HP if you are curious. Dang. So the Immortals will be worked on here by both sides. Vala getting pushed away. Maev goes in. Big triple Umbral Bind. Hyperion summoned as well. Another Vault of the Wardens to allow her to back away. Stay a while and listen on to 2. Actually on to 1. Containment Disc is applied to the Varian. Consumed Soul. Timidity will be fine. Philadelphia. 60 seconds out of Defender. A healing potion from Deckard goes out, but I think this is going to be a dead Uther. He's actually going to have that level 4, giving him the movement speed he needs. The bottom lane fort goes down. Mephisto wants to chase onto this, but he thinks better of it. Yeah, the pursuit of justice right there. Uther got the stun and was like, cool, now I can sprint on out of this engagement. But the re-engage will be had here. The Immortals are going to be on the second phase. Umbral Bind pulls the Ana, but she hugs the wall to not get pulled too far behind. Ancient Blessings activated. Shockwave from Hogger into the Deckard Cain, staggering blow. Deckard Cain, Guilty Spark with 49 HP. Gets a potion immediately. Anti-healing applied to that Heraldric Cube as Maev does go down to the Varian. Philadelphia looking to get out of this as Mephisto tries to land a Skull Missile. Meanwhile, Guilty Spark on the right, still being chased here. The old man, he's just getting beaten up. Sleep Dart immediately woken up. He's got tower shots to defend, but he's getting body blocked as they're healing. Potion not in time. And the tower shots won't take down the Hogger. The Immortal, though, is going to be picked up by the side of Names Are Overrated. What's up, Kyle? Good to see you today, bud. Happy Wednesday to you. I hope you're doing well.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
Assist pings for the top lane. Looks like a double fort phase is being called. And I don't think Names Are Overrated are going to be denied this.
Red team has destroyed. The demon has
The Immortals cleared away.
rise again in time.
Let's see. So what is that going to be? 14, 15-ish, somewhere in there. 14, 15 minutes in-game time will be our next Immortal. Let's see. No one pulled out the sword. There's your little Easter egg of the map. Well, 16s are almost here for both sides. Manticore just now being picked up on the right for Names Are Overrated. 3 to 8 in kills, and that's 16 talents here, and those 8 kills favoring Names Are Overrated. As they're looking for this map 3. It's single elimination bracket for Murky Cup Qualifier number 1. 6 qualifiers will be happening, by the way. Twice is going to try and jump out here. Ancient Blessings, good shockwave from Hogger. Staggering blow is not enough. Stay a while and listen, goes fishing. Divine Shield as Ana will be taken down by the Vala here. Nano Boost. Mephisto looking to mop up the fight. We'll take down this Maiev. Consume Soul utilized as well. Mephisto jumping out once again. The taunt from Varian, and Vala goes down. Beautiful Hog Wild from Hogger. Spins through Decker Kane, takes him out. Yrel avenging Wrath over the wall with a quick Divine Steed. Meanwhile, Raynor in bottom lane is currently ending the game. Hogger with an insane bounce through that corridor. But yeah, I mean, like, Varian was like, let's end, and apparently Raynor is saying, no, we can't right now. They have a Yrel. There's actually, you know what? There was a camp up. That's the truth. There was a camp up. That's why they couldn't end. I'd be so disappointed if I catcalled you and found out you were not a cat. Just walking up behind someone. Just like, pss, pss, pss. Apparently that is the noise that rats make when they're happy. And that's why cats are so interested by that noise. That was a fact I found out recently. A lot of cute things with animals turn out to be like kind of scary. Like the reason that dogs like squeaky toys is because it sounds like an animal that's dying. Or like the crunchy toys, it sounds like that is supposed to it's supposed to like make the sound like bones are crunching to a dog. Weird. All these cute things are actually really terrifying. Scroll is sealing Ancient Blessings. Varian goes into this corridor and he makes a big mistake. Hogger with a shockwave, and Mephisto gets the counter kill onto Decker Kane. That's another double stun onto Rai here. Hogger with the bounce around. This is looking promising, though, for Storm League Enjoyers to make this a 2-0 series. They still have to go through a keep in top lane, but I don't know. There was the light seems to be fading from Names Are Overrated. The light is definitely seeming to fade. They really had a great early game, mid game as well, but this late game is just not going their way.
I shall march for Hell's Gates.
Bahamut should show the off lane right now, so we also miss cool things going on in the off lane. I mean, it's technically the off lane right now. Wow. Flank onto the left-hand side. They're looking for Raynor here. Mephisto is going to be trying to jump back into this bush. Containment disc onto the Hogger. Raynor's so very low on the left. The Immortal's still getting shielding our core keep. Oh my god. Keep front gate value. Vala goes down during all of this. There's going to be a consumed soul for Mephisto. It does things. And Immortal pushing in towards core. This might just be GG's here in map number 2. This might just be Storm League Enjoyers heading to the semifinals. Good stay well and listen onto a few enemies. Ana does go down. Immortal down to melee mode. No shielding available. Ancient Blessings activated once again. Mr. Tycho so very low. Gets a healing potion just in time. Hyperion from the Raynor summoned with the Immortal on core. This is going to be some very big and significant damage. Containment disc onto Varian. The core shielding is dropped and the health bar is going way too quickly. GG, well played. Storm League Enjoyers will be able to take this map number 2 and head into the semifinals of Murky Cup Qualifier number 1. Wait a second, an entire city can play this game? Yes, Alexander. Love watching melee minions fight each other. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Well, it looks like the Jeff Bezos is gonna make $2,000 because no one believed in Storm League Enjoyers. Awkward. So very, very awkward. All right. Man, I'm struggling to wake up today.